Let's talk about the tweaking process of building out a successful funnel. And I've been thinking about this more and more because I'm working on a funnel at the moment, and or actually a couple of funnels that I'm working on at the moment. And one of the things, like years ago, I worked with a client. We built up a very, very successful client, like a successful funnel, one that was generating 7 figures. But one of the things that I've found is that when you're starting, you need to be patient, because Russell Brunson's right when he says you're only one funnel away. What we need to keep in mind, though, is that it's not super easy to get that funnel. So for example, at the moment I'm working on a free book funnel, and the first stage is an ad to that actual page, and it's way behind in terms of ROI, way behind. So if you had that short-term thinking, you would sit there and you'd go, well, we'll close up this campaign. But what we actually need to do with that is, we put up some very basic copy initially, and we've used one ad going to a particular audience. So obviously from there, we need to change the copy on the page. And if we can boost the conversion rate on that, and then have an upsell, all of a sudden, instead of spending, let's say, instead of spending $1 to make 5, instead of spending $5 to make 1, all of a sudden we're spending $5 to make 3. And then if we can add an upsell to that, and another upsell, and we're doing $5 to make 4. And then in addition to that, if we can start to go back to Facebook and start to do the ad targeting, we may find niches that are really, really hot for this particular product, and all of a sudden we're $5 to make 5 or more. And as soon as we've got that break even, then we're ready to scale, because once we can do that, we can spend $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, on a weekly or monthly basis, and really look at scaling that whole campaign. But that is getting 1 for 1 as a funnel is the holy grail. Don't forget that. Some people will get 1 for 1 on something. I've talked to people, and they've been getting like that 1-to-1, and then they're not happy with it. And I'm like, are you kidding? I'm like, this is incredible. This is amazing. You can scale that, providing you don't have to deliver too many services behind that. But if you've got that sort of product-based business, then you've got the ability to really scale that and take it through the roof. But you've got to be smart enough to know when you're getting lucky. And once you've got that, because think about it, if you can throw, let's say you're getting a new client for $50 and you can throw $10,000 a month, that means you're adding 200 people a month to your, or a week, or whatever, however often you're doing it, to your database. And each one, where the money is on the back ends, they might be worth another $150 to you over the next 12 months, which 150 times 200 is 300, which is like $30,000, right? So if you're doing that every week, it adds up quite quickly. Now, obviously, it's easier said than done. It is not easy to do. It takes a lot of testing. It takes a lot of tweaking. It takes a lot of persistence to actually do that. I've been fortunate enough to be involved in both some launches and some funnels that have gone really well. But just keep that in mind. And I think it's the best analogy I give is a bit like a recipe. You're trying to create this recipe, but you don't have the ingredients. So, we've got too much flour on it. Take some flour out, throw some sugar in, that sort of thing. And we're constantly adapting that recipe to really get it perfect and get it spot on. Thanks for tuning in today. If you've got any questions about what I've shared, please leave it below. And if you'd like me to share anything else, please let me know in the comments box below.